Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, as always, we'd like to start off giving all honor and glory and for praise and worship to our power.
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH.
Double honor to our apostles, elders, and bishops, great millstone, who will teach you on sound doctrine, strong shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, the 144,000 and the rest of the large multitude of men, women, and children that the Lord will have mercy on these perilous times, because that's a fact what we're living in fact, what perilous times mean dangerous times that we currently living in, bro. Just various topics through the spirit, because there's a lot to talk about. I just wanted to start off with this quick video. Did it come through? I'll play this quick video because
there is a school in Texas that only has 2 hours of class per day. Is taught by.
Shit, you gotta restart it. I'm trying to find a way to restart it.
Because it's this video, right? With this AI technology. Now, it was this video that came out about. They said they achieved 70% of 70%. The guy they brought the guy in, he was talking to the AI technology, but he thought it was a human. So they achieved 70% of human capability with this AI technology, and that was probably like 2 months ago. And we're seeing a lot of advancements with this AI technology and the infrastructure that they have set forth in terms of this new system that we seeing starting to be in place. 15-minute cities. You got shit. Cause Trump, I was talking to the brother Shamaria. Trump made a tweet back in like when his first term. He said that China is the leaders in technology. And he said if America was to stay dominant, they would have to become the new leaders in technology. You know what I'm saying? So. And we know China's set up. They got the facial recognition, the biometric whole program, you know, system is set forth. But I'm gonna show you this quick video through the spirit. All right.
There is a school in Texas that only has 2 hours of class per day, is taught by AI, and has no teachers. And the results are kind of scary. Students at Alpha School are testing in the top 1 to 2% nationally. In fact, it's been so effective that they're now expanding across America to Florida, Arizona, California, and New York. The students are learning academics through AI tutors, which give them a one-on-one personalized curriculum. And after their short morning academic block, the rest of the school day is spent learning real-world skills like public speaking, entrepreneurship, and financial literacy. They also built a school in Brownsville, which is one of the poorest school districts in the country. And the students there demonstrated 2.1 times faster.
Yeah, stop. Yeah, right. How you do this? I don't know, bro. It stopped. It like they went mute. But yeah. So, anyways, it would stop when it was ready in the details. But whatever.
Does this mean?
The point of the video is that the dude said that bro, this shit crazy, bro. He said that they only have 2 hours of class. They only have 2 hours of class. No teachers, and they have they're statistically
1 to 2%. Statistically higher 1 to 2% of students, I believe, in the state, I think, or in the country.
In the country,
yeah.
Surpassing. So, and this is how bugged out it is, cause I was thinking about it earlier. Esau. He polluted the world with his doctrines and philosophy, right? First of all, he took Israel in possession, right? Now Israel can't, teach the people the right way to live, right? On actually how you supposed to live life. So once they're out the picture, Esau coming to play. He teach you his mindset. Now what his mindset did was dumb down the people. So now everybody is dumb and they got this. They don't have no functioning capability. So now what he did was he created his AI. And now it make it seem like the AI is smarter than the humans. In a sense, it kind of is, because the AI program is a conglomerate of thoughts from everybody in the world. You see, like all type of minds and truth and different things combined into one pile. So when you ask it a question, they give you something fast, and they give you that most times the accurate answer, which a human can't. You ask a woman, what's a woman? She can't give you a true definition. But you ask AI, ChatGPT, it'll break the definition down. So that's a prime example. So he dumbed you down, gave you the AI, and now it seems like the AI is smarter because of now how you think as a people. And that's crazy, because the AI system is based off the human mind. Showing you that the human mind was ultimately the smartest way anyways, bro. That's crazy.
Well, you gotta be a genius to create AI for it to be advanced as it is. Because what the program engineers tell you, that AI is actually created to be self-evolving and at some point to think for itself. So right now they're taking bits of information, like the elder brother said, putting it all together, coming up with answers. But pretty soon they're gonna start coming up with plans for your life, plans for you. What society says, well, you need to eat, 3% protein today, and they're gonna be in all aspects of your life to where you're gonna have them basically dictating your future, man.
Yeah. They even got the not just lab grown meats no more. What's the new meat? It's called
Beyond.
Not Beyond. It's something it's a new meat on the market, bro. Come see if you can find the new meat that just hit the stores. So like just backing the elder up, man, because that everything around you, from food, water, shelter, people. Hey, Elon Musk said reality. The water, your reality. And he says, go ahead. So like Elon Musk said it's basically that's the other article I have, man. It's on my phone. Fuck. Elon Musk was talking about something, but he said there's basically no life without technology. Like human is not going to survive in the future without merging himself to technology, bro.
Right, because I think about this earlier today. I was just thinking about it. Like people substituted convenience with convenience and comfortability using technology with progression, man. All right, and that's not the case. Really, what you're progressing into is a further slavery and further dictatorship by these AI computers and their companies that run that are behind this technology. Because now we have read or listened to an article where it said they got two hours of classwork. They're spending the rest of the day learning real life skills. All right. Well, what happened to that? 30, 40 years ago, when you had home ec, you had auto mechanic shops and wood shops.
Right.
See, they took all of those out of the school and made you better slaves to the curriculum. All right. But now they need a new form of slave, man. All right. One who's gonna be able to speak articulately. All right. One who's gonna be able to be more more of a visual standard of what new education is gonna be like, man.
Man, and that's cold too, because like when the brother started, he was talking about what him and Shamari was talking about earlier with Donald Trump, and that's one of the main things that his cabinet is attacking is education. They're uprooting the old way and implementing the new way, even to the way that your children learn. Like, you know what I'm saying, all these kids come home with tablets now, iReady, that's what they call it. You know what I'm saying, and all this other bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, showing you that what they coming up with a different way to program the mind.
That's it.
And that's what they're doing, and that's why they're trying to create this dystopian society. You know what I'm saying? Even when you go into that's, you know what I'm saying, the spirit. Like, even when you go into that, you know what I'm saying, get it in the chat GPT if you can.
Yeah, barbershop.
You know what I'm saying?
I got it on.
But I got that precept.
Yeah, and before you get the precept,
okay,
what you said, bro, that's beautiful, because, bro, yesterday I was at the today I think. Days is mixing. Today, I had to take my sister to the hospital or whatever, and I'm sitting in the waiting room, bro. Like, obviously it's a hospital, but the hospital, like Apostle Tahar and apostles and bishops and stuff brothers go to the word hospital, meaning like hospice, you know, the things that it's actually supposed to pertain to, and so forth and so forth. And this is not medical information, nothing like that. While I'm sitting in the waiting room, on the TV screen, it's showing a bunch of commercials. That's all the commercials that I've been seeing for the last 3 days are all AI, about promoting AI. I'm talking about on a regular commercials, like on the TV, and then when I was watching them on like a regular cable at the hospital, they was promoting some form of AI. The ones in the hospital was the AI phone they was promoting was getting a new body. That's the commercial that was on the hospital thing. It wasn't saying it said you don't. One thing it said you don't need to go have a strict diet, huh? Trust science. That's what it was promoting on the on the commercial in the hospital, bro. But this is the hospital. This is the place where someone's supposed to come to get healthy and better, you know. And that you would think that the physician will promote him with the herbal in the certain ways you're supposed to go to get better instead of the so-called science. But he's trying to get you to trust in science. And these are the things and his thoughts that he's implementing to this AI system. This is what I think this should be. This it's no more. Let's get rid of the cows because they fart too much and they pollute the air. Let's have lab grown meat. Let's you know what I'm saying. Let's not have real relationships. Let's have
artificial.
And that,
right.
And that's what makes it makes
virtual reality love.
Exactly.
It makes you think about the movie. It's got Sylvester Stallone in it.
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. The Waters of Quan. And there was a scene in the movie where he was messing with Sandra Bullock. She was fine. You know what I'm saying? By the way.
You ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah. But he hadn't been locked up in like a cyber chamber.
Cryogenic.
Yeah, cryogenic shit. You know, frozen away. And they needed him for the enemy being Wesley Snipes. And you know, in the midst of it, he come back out and it's a new world. Shit working different to the point people were even getting ticketed for language. If you said cuss word, they were getting tickets for it. You know what I'm saying? That it would just come out of machine. But what ended up happening is it got to a romance scene where he was like, you know what I'm saying, him and Sandra Bullock thinking they about to, you know, he about to get it on. And she go in the back, so he like, you know what I'm saying, she about to go get ready. And she come back out with like these goggles. You know what I'm saying? And he like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing was no longer the natural way. You know what I'm saying? Their sex was gonna be a virtual reality. Yeah. Something we thought about doing, you know what I'm saying, and envisioned doing, but not something that we actually did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like just going to the point what you're saying.
Yeah, they showed you that on the show, either Upload or I forgot the show, but the whole Upgrade, or it was either Upgrade or Upload. It was one of those where they had to see him installed in their mind already, and the event that they actually went to was actually fucking destroyed. It wasn't no leaves on the trees, nothing. But whoever was in control of the event, whoever was coming to the event, they all had access to the same visual. So when they was coming to the event, they didn't see the trees with no leaves on. They saw the trees with pink leaves, and the event had lights all over. But when you turn it off, that's not how the venue looked. That's not how the trees look and all that. So he's trying to trap you into a virtual reality and make you comfortable with that. Grab that preset real quick, all right?
I got that definition too.
Oh yeah, okay, you got it.
But this is Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 9. It says, behold, the former things have come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Right. So the Lord said, before they spring forth, I tell you of them. So this technology that we seeing, bro, this is sweeping the whole entire globe. I'm talking about poverty. Bro, we heard the dude on the video. He said they got this technology teaching these children in poverty-prone neighborhoods. So this technology is reaching the low class and the rich class, because there's no more middle class, right? So it's just rich and poor. So this technology, AI technology, is accessible on all fronts, right? You see, you so-called poor areas and so-called third world countries, you see them still having access to phones and internet. That's all they need to be a part of the grid. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord told us, man, before they spring forth, I'll tell you, before these things come forth, I'll tell you of them, man. So this technology is so prominent right now, you don't think the Lord's going to warn us about this technology? This was going to issue in the next phase of this man's system, man.
Yep.
You see?
And it's so cold because
come on, man.
It's also the downfall of this devil. You know what I'm saying? Because the Elder Apostle Tar always mentioned it. J. Edgar Hoover, the dude for the FBI, said it was the worst thing that they did was create the internet. Because now this is what it's turned into, because even now, you know what I'm saying, you type in certain things, especially when it involves this truth. We don't control the internet. It's the white man's technology, right? And when you go into certain things, if we type certain things when it comes to history or when it comes to our lineage, it backs up and proves the points when it comes to the scriptures. And it's like, shit, we didn't put this here. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, we didn't put this here. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, there ain't no, like, this devil with his technology, it's ultimately gonna fix his ass in too. You know what I'm saying? And they created, basically, a trap that they created for everybody else is the one that's gonna get ready to take them. Like it's in the scriptures when you go into Songs of 9 chapter, Songs of 10 chapter. You know what I'm saying? So it's one that's getting ready to take their foot as well.
Yup. That literally that web.
Yep.
That. Somebody got a precept?
I got one too. Got the.
Shoot off.
Yep.
This Psalms chapter Salaki. Psalms chapter 10, verse 1. Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? Right, because in this time, you know, the Lord is allowing Esau to commit these things. You know, the Lord is allowing the Lord is allowing Esau to corrupt the minds of the people and stir up these other nations to to get wrathful against this place, man. So it's seeming like the Lord is turning his back on the earth, in which he is, in a sense. You know, verse 2, it says, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. And right now he is in his pride, man. You know, and he's gonna be in his pride all the way up until he come out with the MOTB, and it's gonna get more intense and more intense. And then that's when he's gonna be taken out, according to Job, I believe the 20th chapter. Right, because if you look at, you know, we go back to the programmers and the engineers and the pushers of this it's just a feature to the sea here. All right, they're concerned about these AIs becoming self-aware, man. All right, and they actually fear artificial intelligence rebellion against the people, man. All right, because if you have all your electronics locked in to the grid, they can lock you in your home. They can lock you out of your accounts. They can lock you out of businesses and resources, man. Yeah. They can actually hold you hostage, you know, within the system, man. Yeah. All right, and they're gonna force you to comply. All right, they already got the real ID. Yeah, people at work talking about how they can't catch their flight, how they got arrested at DMV after work for a flight and stuff tomorrow. And you know, going back to the AI, they're talking about with the hospitals. All right, they've been using AI to do surgeries now, man. Okay. To where they're not because it takes down the wrongful death lawsuits, right? The malpractice lawsuits, right? Because you can't sue or take a artificial robot or artificial intelligence or a robot to court and charge them for damages, man. Yep. So the AI is going to be really held unaccountable for anything that they're anything they do that's going to be a detriment or harmful to the citizens of America, man.
Yep. And you see the plan that they had on the Georgia Guidestones slowly coming to pass. Like you see the starting points of the cutting off the majority of the humanity. You know what I'm saying? Like this is obviously, you know, about the food, the stuff, the air and all that. But like this technology is pushing people away from jobs, bro. It's an article that damn man, I don't know if I got it on here, but it was an article that came out. Damn, I'm sorry, man. It was an article that came out. It said something about damn, it's on there. Salaki. There's an article came out. I wish I could remember it, but it had bullet points. It had like 6 or 7 bullet points about how this AI and what it's doing and how it's affecting, you know, everybody's lives. It mentioned pets. You know what I'm saying? It mentioned all of that. You know, these tariffs. It had that on there. You know, so you going into the tariffs. It was talking about even the pet situation on there. How you know, the lack of food, like the pets you was gonna have and all that. But damn, I forgot. Go ahead. I forgot how the article went, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it back. This Psalms chapter 10, verse 2. The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Right. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. You know, and another precept is in Job as well, where it talks about how they
Yeah, Job, I believe Job 5:12. It said it shall be taken in their devices, man. You know, so eventually, man, the Lord is gonna use everything that Esau is pushing out here and prescribing. The Lord is gonna eventually use against it, and that's why the Lord is allowing him to so-called flourish in it right now, because he has to reach a pinnacle of it in order for the Lord to bring him down, man. Because then Yahawashi, according to prophecy, Yahawashi has to come back according to a certain, a point of heat, a point of a moment like a moment of what's
Turmoil.
how do you say it?
We use turmoil.
Yeah, turmoil, or heat in the moment or something like that. So like you got it.
I got precepts.
That's that. Just real quick, 2 Ezra 4:37. By measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times, and he do not move nor stir
That's
them
all you do. Yep.
until the said measure be fulfilled. You gotta be like,
No. That's what I was looking for, man. And like the brother said, like the Lord is waiting Esau getting ready to fill his belly, man. He said at the height of his sufficiency. This is the beginning of his height. You know, because this this AI is emerging in. Somebody get 2 Thessalonians 2. All right, because these things are going to be intricate and vital part of Esau's next phase in his NWO, man. All right, because these 15-minute cities, these AI commercials are being pushed all over the place, man. All right, and you're going to start to see the innovation. All right, the drastic improvements in technology, basically like the next generation of technology is getting greater and greater, man, to where you're gonna be synced in with the electronics to where they already got it to where the military they could think and blink, and the guns go where they at, and they shoot based on brain waves and things like that. These things are all not far off anymore, man. They're right at your door.
They had the one Chinese dude. He was working from home, like he was working, but he was at home, and his job was miles and miles away, and he was controlling a robot, stocking the shelves in the store. He wasn't nowhere near the store, but he had the headgear on, and he had the things on, and he was controlling the arm of the robot, and the robot was stocking the juices and the waters in the convenience store, man.
You know,
shit crazy.
It was crazy because they were talking about, I believe it was in the World War I or World War II, how long it took them to convert our factories into bomb making bomb making facilities, man. All right, and they said with the technology they had back then, it took them like 3 years. But for them to transform our factories to make them to be AI and computer ran, all right, going to be 3 times quicker, which means it can be done in 3 months, man. So they're just really waiting for the time, because that's going to take long, because the infrastructure is already in place. You got the buildings there already. All right, you got the software, and you got the blueprints already out there laid out. All right, all they're waiting for the okay. All right, because with the implementation of these devices, all right, you're gonna get that universal basic income now.
Exactly.
Because anyway, no more days off. They're not gonna get sick. All right, and the American people gotta get pacified. They gotta get recompense some way. All right, but with that universal basic income, they're gonna be strings attached to that also, man. You know?
You got it out.
Yeah, I got one real quick. It says, this is Daniel 12:4. It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Right? And see, guess what? Now we're in the time of the end. And so it says, many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And we're in the time where knowledge is being increased. And you seeing you seeing it with the things that's being unlocked to brothers, but you're also seeing it happen on the left hand side. You feel what I'm saying? In terms of this AI, in terms of the things that they're able to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this artificial intelligence. It seems like it has no end. It seems like it got many leaps and bounds, just like Zaquan was going into. You feel what I'm saying? Like they gotta reach the height of their sufficiency. So it's gotta seem like all this shit is gonna work for what Esau wanted to. He said, then shall he be rolled down. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna seem like he's gonna peak, like he's gonna get to the top of the mountain. But Yahawashi is gonna roll him down. You know what I'm saying?
He gonna get some of it off.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Gonna allow him to get some of it off.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what, and like you said, that's what's gonna lead to the perilous times, because it's gonna seem like now we're all fenced in, we're boxed in. You know what I'm saying? Because even when you go, like I said, going into that word dystopian, you feel what I'm saying?
You got it? Yeah, you got it?
I still got it. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll bring it out real quick. When you go into it.
Yeah, bro. I real quick.
Yeah, Bob, good job.
This AI technology is so creepy, bro.
Yeah.
It's not like Pastor Tar was going into, like, it's nothing but spirits, you know, left hand energy, you know.
Yep, that's right.
On all this, man, because the things they're able to do with this technology, bro, is power in it, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they're bringing people back from the dead. That's miracles YAHAWASHI did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're playing the Messiah, you know. Yup, and I got it for the elder. Y'all, I know brothers seen that, like on TikTok. You know, we've talked about it before, but they could hug their dead ones. It's a picture and they hug each other.
Yeah.
Bro, that's some scary shit, bro. Like what the hell, bro? Like, hold on,
Well,
man.
they brought back a dying wolf, man. All right, they trying to bring back the woolly mammoth, man. All right, so Esau's goddamn Dexter in the laboratory, man. You know, with a blank blank check to spit it and do what he will with it, man.
Damn.
What our Lord said, newly created beast. You know what I'm saying? You starting to see these things, you know what I'm saying? But it's all at the will of Yahweh Shemel, because the Lord is going to ultimately use all these things as a weapon.
Yes, the gene splicing, they call it gene splices. They show you that on the Jurassic Park. They created that massive dinosaur.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know, you got it, bro. Get that. That's mighty.
Yep. So this is so I'll grab it. This is a dystopian society is a fictional, and this is in the chat GPT. It says a dystopian society is a fictional or imagined community that is characterized by widespread suffering, oppression, or injustice, typically under the guise of being a perfect or utopian society. These societies,
right? Because Trump is painting a picture of this. He called it the golden age, right? The golden era. He got a gold card. He said he wanted to bring all the wealthy people from all the world. If you buy my gold card, he was holding. He said, I'm the first buyer. You know, and you know how he talk. And niggas buying in and coming in. So he put the image of him at the Pope. He put the image that had the golden statue, right? So this is the golden city that the scriptures talk about. How does the golden city cease? Because at one, contrary to popular belief, this system is going to crash, man. He's promoting it as if it's going to flourish, make America great again. Like let's dominate. Let's put the tariff here. Let's make American merchandise. Bro, I was just reading an article. It said just on toys, right? It says less than 1% of all toys is made in the U.S. Like damn. So the majority, right, bro, that's the point. So like he's painting this delusional picture into the people as if he's gonna be able to get this off.
You're selling them a dream.
Selling them a dream, the American dream, which actually in reality is gonna oppress them even more at a finer grip. Because even in Census Bureau, a Census Bureau was put in place to number Israel. But this technology, it can do it faster. You don't gotta go to house no more. So forth and so forth. You gotta register to the system. You gotta get an ID and all that, bro. This man is a mad scientist.
They gotta be able to track you.
Exactly,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying? That's the control that they want. You know what I'm saying?
He trying to find the elect. You gotta get the elect. You gotta put that time. That now is gonna come to look, man. Let's chip everybody. You gotta chip everybody, because that way we could X out the detailed factors of it all. If we get everybody, then we make a system where you have no choice but to operate in it, because you gotta eat. You gotta live, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna cut up, and that's what they gonna do. They gonna cut off Babylon's way, man.
Yep.
Go ahead, all right.
It says these societies often emerge in literature, film, and games to explore themes such as authority and control. So showing you that all these different things that they're gonna implement, it show you that when they roll out these movies or when they create these games or certain things you may read, it's not just for entertainment. They're giving you that's like to say, we say they prophesying on the left hand side. They're giving you insight to everything that they're getting ready to do. You know what I'm saying? They see it go over Jake's head. You know what I'm saying? Because we often say, well, art imitate life. You know what I'm saying? So you don't realize they putting it in your face as a form of entertainment, but not knowing that these things are going to become your reality and your detriment. It's just like when we talk about AI, like you had a few years back when the NFL football season started. They San Diego, I forgot the Chargers. They were playing somebody, but they had what 3 artificial robots sitting in the crowd, looking human-like. You know what I'm saying? Standing up, they make them big and all. It's not like they making these things small. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're making them to look dominant. So it's just certain things, you know what I'm saying, that they do, and you see it, and so it's like they doing this shit in increments.
Well, they're
You know
building, they're also building AI armies, man.
Yeah,
You know,
yes,
because the AI is gonna be weaponized, man, and used by the military, man.
Yep.
All right, they're already trying to get you used to seeing them around by selling life-size robots to certain individuals, man. It's online, man. You can buy these motherfuckers already, man. You do simple little tasks.
Yeah.
All right, you got money, man. But Esau's creating these AI.
Yeah, you're right. No, I was thinking about you. You're right. Them little white ones. Like
Yep. So these things are gonna be weaponized. You're gonna see them on the street. You're gonna be like your new police officers. Where, like the brother said, like you start cursing and shit, you're gonna be right around the corner, issue a ticket, or deduct your status from your
that's right.
your credit score. You know, you flick a can out the window. Right, it's gonna be tied into your, trace your car back to your license plate and bring through. Hey, this limitless things that the AI is gonna be able to do, that's gonna keep you locked in and keep you restricted. All right, and ultimately just gonna make you a slave into Esau's New World Order, man.
That's right. So going back into it, it says these societies often emerge in literature, film, and games to explore themes such as authority and control, surveillance, environmental collapse, or loss of individual freedom. Now it goes into the bullet points. It says common features of dystopian societies include authoritarian government, a ruling power that controls every aspect of life,
dictatorship,
often through propaganda or violence.
There you go.
And then it says surveillance, constant monitoring of citizens to ensure obedience. So even to like what the elder was just saying, like shit, you curse, now here come the ticket. You throw a can out the window, shit that you could do in the old system that you won't be able to get away with in this system, because they're gonna have surveillance everywhere. They're gonna be tracking you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be keeping up with you. They're gonna be monitoring everything. They finna fence Jake in.
They doing it on like we already talked about a lot of examples. They doing it, bro. Just even down to the cops, bro. We getting tickets all over the fucking place with no actual cop being present.
Right.
These cameras and they got these things set up in bushes and they look like trees and it's just in the corner. Like what the hell? I'm getting tickets in the mail every month. Like what the fuck?
Right.
Like, what?
Really?
But no cop is present, bro. Nobody's pulling me over. No cop is out there with his radar gun. It's these machines that they got, man.
Flock cameras.
What they call?
Flock cameras.
Flock cameras? Come on.
They put them all up and down the street. So basically, wherever you go, really throughout the United States, because they put them everywhere. They'll be able to really watch you go throughout the country, wherever.
Yeah.
Right. So that's not far. That's not far from the Chinese, the biometric.
It's funny you say about the biometrics, man, because China's biometric system, identifying the system is so good that say like for some reason you're not registered or locked into the grid, your face doesn't show up with a little box around it, right? So they can isolate that little picture right there and rewind it all the way back to where you got out your fucking bed and look at your address on the house and be like, oh, that's dude.
Yeah, what's that movie? Was it Brad Pitt? Was that Brad Pitt with the they had the white the bodies, they was wearing white in the water and they saw into the future they could prevent the crime. Damn, man.
Oh yeah, GoldenEye Minority Report. Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
That's like that.
Yeah.
They rewind it, went into the mind, they rewind, they could see forward and backwards and shit. You know, because the system like is already in place. They just have to have the perfect event to issue in the system and its fullness. Because everything is already set. We talking about the cameras in place, the shortage of people to be able to, so that the AI system can work. No teachers, no cops, no EMs. Like, bro, It was a video that you don't even have to go to the bro. They just another video they just promoted yesterday, bro. The dude was in the he was in the what's some things called the restrooms, porta potties, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was at the porta potty. He had a long line on the outside because Amazon got the new thing now. Amazon got the Amazon pharmacy. I don't, brother, look into that. Amazon pharmacy, bro. He FaceTime actual nurse from Amazon pharmacy, and he had got a tattoo. They got infected, and she telling him right virtual. He ain't got to go in and see no doctors or nothing. He showed her the tattoo. She tell him what to do, and then they ship off the medicine, like just wherever he at. Like they ship it off to him, like instantly, bro. That shit crazy, bro.
My last little stint at the little what you call it, man? I had a virtual doctor, man. All right, he sitting on the damn thing, looking at me, telling me, like, yeah, well, this is what's going on, this and that. We're gonna send you to dude and flip the screen and had me talk to another nurse, and yeah, we're gonna give it over to the nurse on hand. And I mean, it's just a bunch of what is the word? It's desensitizing people, man.
Exactly.
You know, because
Exactly.
with robots ain't no compassion.
Exactly.
You know, ain't gonna be no, you know, you sitting in a emergency room, you're actually in pain, and the nurse gonna, oh no, we're gonna let him go ahead of you because you got spray and go, but he's got to, you know, with a robot it's gonna be, it ain't gonna be like that, man. You know, it ain't gonna be no, let me pay you, you know, let me owe you $10, all right, or let me go by with this, you know, being short on my meal or whatever, man.
Yup.
All right, 'cause AI is not gonna have compassion or give a damn about you being laid off from work, or you know, or you have had maternity leave or
Yup.
a death in the family. That's why your shit is short, man. I'm not gonna care, man.
Yo, they got it down to the judicial system.
Mhm.
You don't have to see it. You don't have to be actually in the court
Yep.
room to actually before the judge.
Yep.
They got it down to the damn, there was another they got it down it's another thing they got it down to, but it's in everything, man.
Yep, but that's
Go ahead, all right.
and ultimately, because like even this next bullet point, matter of fact, I'm just gonna read it. It says restricted freedoms, limitations on free speech. It says thought, movement, or personal expression. And like I said, like you see a lot of this shit in these movies, right? To where like they monitoring what you think, or even one show I was watching where like they were monitoring like, you know, a man and a woman where they couldn't even have sex. You know what I'm saying? But it show you too, it says movement. Like all those things are like the other they desensitizing things, but they're also they're minimizing your movement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like shit, it ain't no need for you to come here or go there. I can meet with you virtually. You know what I'm saying? Teaching, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately conditioning you to what? Stay in one spot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ultimately to box you in. You got it out. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a couple precepts and then we're gonna jump back to that. I'm gonna get the others. We still want the Second
Yeah,
Thessalonians. Second Thessalonians 2:8-9. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Right, man. He's being revealed right now, man. Cause Farrakhan and TD Jakes ain't the one behind AI right now, man. All right, Esau Edom is a goddamn mad scientist, man.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan.
Right, man. Anybody who's associated with this dude, man. All right, from the guy who's making the on-off switch to the guy who's making, who's soldering the ground wire to the goddamn fucking a circuit board, man. You know.
It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Right, man. The Lord gave this man power, man. The earth is given it to the hands of the wicked, man. Right, and the Lord set this man up, man. The ultimate goddamn deceptor. All right, with what you call it, the master of a disaster, man. Hey, this guy is in words of murder. He's diabolical, man.
Yeah.
Hey, this dude needs to be shut down, man, because if he don't, there'll be no flesh to be saved, man. This dude weaponized everything. He's talking about attacking you if your carbon footprint is not within certain parameters, man. All right, that's his goal. All right, to monitor how much you boo-boo, all right, how much you eating, man, all right?
If I'm not mistaken, because it don't even the scripture that go into like even when you deal with your woman, the angel, like the Lord don't. The
Lord don't know what you got going on.
He don't look upon that.
Yeah, that's true.
So Esau, this show you how much of a devil he is, because he want to monitor you even when you're dealing with your woman.
So he know not the way a man with his maid.
Yeah, right. The water, because that's off. You know what I'm saying? Like it just said, who's coming is after the working of Satan, man. You know what I'm saying? With all power, signs, and lying wonders, bro.
Right, them lying wonders, man. It was gonna trick everybody, man.
Yep.
All right, because Jake wants to be convenienced. All right, they want to be have an easy day
And included.
and included. If Jake ain't got to work and get paid, they're gonna be all for that shit, man. All right, so they realize there's gonna come with stipulations that you're not gonna be able to keep up, man.
Right.
Yep.
All right, because while you think you're getting for a free money, all right, don't sit here and type I hate Trump on your goddamn Facebook page, all right, and see how much your damn money or see how much you get fined for that.
Yep.
All right, because we're already on the hate group list. How they want to get the Israelites and these hate groups off the streets, man. All right, and these things are gonna be coming knocking on the door near you pretty soon, man.
Yep. That's why they still do certain shit. Just Jake, these motherfuckers be like, I know my rights. They don't give a fuck about all the amendments, you know. It ain't no such thing as free speech. You feel what I'm saying? And you seeing it. Because me and bro was talking about it earlier. You starting to see all the shit that Donald Trump, because that's another thing it said in this bullet point. It says limitations on free speech.
Right.
And thought. You know what I'm saying? You don't get the right to freely think and freely speak anymore. That's going to come with a cost.
Well, we mentioned what you mentioned
Go
earlier
ahead.
about the small hats.
Yeah, kind. Well, I forget.
Cause
What?
that's the small hat article.
Oh, yeah, kind. Go ahead, read a little bit of that, because it go with it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Read a little bit of it.
This is the article. It says U.S. House set to vote on bill of fines prison for boycott of Israel.
Mm-hmm. Meaning what? You can't speak on these tiny hats no more. And what they got going on, even that land in which they dwell. You ain't better speak on certain things. Because me and brothers talking about earlier, like we understand the persecution coming down. That's what's really getting ready to follow. Right? You seeing certain things take place in the earth, like the brother said, it's perilous times. You know what I'm saying? And we finna see just how real it's gonna get. You know what I'm saying? To the things that we speak on. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, because one of the main points, Salaki,
Yeah,
bro,
go ahead,
one of the main points you mentioned, like, it just was what we're the ones who speak about these individuals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On what? The internet.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The World Wide
Yep.
Web. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This is aimed at the prophets, obviously. And another thing we was talking about was the Trump opening up
Alcatraz.
the prison.
Yep.
And you think about John, he was sent to the island of Patmos, and the prophets, and
Mhm.
so this is we living out the scriptures, man.
That's right.
Living.
And two, like we were saying, and literally legislation passed, they just passed a law. They just passed like a bill that they could, it was just illegal immigrants that they call, that they would snatch it up and take it to Venezuela. They can now do it to U.S. citizens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you are not in league with these things that they're getting ready to roll out and make manifest upon us, then there's a chance that you can get snatched up out of here, taken to Alcatraz, taken to Venezuela. You know what I'm saying? These different things. But that's why it's like and one of the things that stay in my mind a lot is when you hear our beloved Elder Malcolm open up, he said, for those risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Because we getting ready to get rolled on, right? Because we speaking against the agenda. It's just like when you, in this devil, you're one trick pony. He doing what he's always done. I was thinking about this earlier, listening to the elders. In the scriptures, when Wicked Haman, I mean, not Wicked Haman, but what's his name? Wicked Haman. You know what I'm saying? He said what? He said they got to basically, he said the Israelites had another set of laws that were contrary to theirs.
Right.
They were upholding the way that were contrary to ours.
Bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, real quick. Go get Shamari, what you got, Out?
I was gonna say, yeah, I do got
I gotta
something. Can you
appreciate
keep
it.
going in that article about Shah?
Well, can I get this quick one there?
Oh, Salaki.
Because I do want to get that's beautiful. Just go what you said.
Yeah, okay, you got it, bro.
This First Maccabees 1, and going straight to the point. Because you could start at 29, but I'm gonna just get to the point. I'm gonna jump down. This is First Maccabees 1, and damn, I just lost it. This is First Maccabees 1. Oh, here you go. The Wadi Abashmi shot. First Maccabees 1, and let's start at, just go straight to the point. 41. Moreover, King Antiochus, some brothers say Antiochus. This was Antiochus the fourth. Antiochus Epiphanes. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point.
Yep.
That's the point. When you take away individualism thoughts, free speech. In one breath, Trump talking about when he promotes free speech, and then in another breath, he's passing laws like this. So the whole goal is to get everybody's frequency the same.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't individualism. It's Esau. You know what I'm saying?
Like the brother definition, but dystopian. He's talking about one mind.
Exactly.
You know, with Nimrod, you know, Nebuchadnezzar, and Antiochus, man.
Yep.
They all had the same similar ideas, and all the kingdoms failed, man.
Yep, that's right.
Hey, we say unless the Most High build it, it's gonna fall, man.
Yep, that's right.
All right, because the Lord is not with this shit. All right, he's being Esau being deceived, man. All right, you think the Lord is with him until the Lord shows that he ain't with him, man.
That's right.
All right, because this AI and his charagma, MOTB, all right, is gonna be Esau gonna seal Esau's fate, man.
Yep.
All right, and we're looking forward to this, man. We've been talking about this for years. All right, the technology has been here since early '80s when with the pet ID, man. You know, you know, and then
It's like it's going nope.
and then you know, through the years, it just gotten greater and greater, you know, and we're starting to see the fruition of Esau's plan coming, or of the Lord plan being led by Esau coming to fruition, man. And this is great, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is great, man, because we're almost there.
Yep.
You know, because, you know, going back to what the brother was saying about being enemies of the state and things like that, there's going to be a civil war, all right, because the Second Edward says it, the sedition of men. All right, but they're also talking about opening up thousands of concentration camps out there in Venezuela, man. All right, and Trump said we're going to need more because more people are going to be getting deported. Who's the more? It's going to be you American citizens, man.
Yep. He called it ruthless criminals.
Ruthless criminals. That's right.
That shit crazy.
Yep. And like I said, man, it's just cold because like all the things you see that this devil doing is like you just made a point, like, you know what I'm saying, you said Esau being deceived. That's why the scripture says the deceiver and deceiver is. So he's using the deceiver, because all these things are ultimately that's being rolled out. It's just stumbling blocks to the ones that the Lord don't want.
Matthew 24 and 24.
You know what I'm saying? The ones that the Heavenly Father getting ready to destroy. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Heavenly Father's doing. You're seeing the judgments being set on high. You're seeing these draconian laws, these draconian measures, but it's set for the ones that the Lord is going to destroy, because ultimately, we're going to get caught in some of those things, but ultimately, the Lord is going to be with us in the midst of those things. Right. When Daniel was thrown into the lion's den, the Lord was with him. When they threw John on the Isle of Patmos, they threw John on the Isle of, when you go into the history, they threw John on the Isle of Patmos because they threw him in a pot of boiling oil, and he was unfazed by it. You know what I'm saying? So there are different things. Like even when you talk about Nebuchadnezzar, he threw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the furnace of the fire to be burned, and the Lord and YAHAWASHI walked with him. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to realize, like in the midst of these situations we're gonna be in, the Lord gonna be with us. But when the Lord put 2/3 of our people in these situations, He won't be with them. That's why the scriptures say we finna suffer straight things, but we're gonna see the wide. Lord, when we be at that number? And you got 2/3 of our people that's gonna suffer straight things and not see the wide. You know what I'm saying? And it's this the Lord's movie. You know what I'm saying? This devil, it can only create a society that the Lord wants him to create, and that's to punish jackasses. That's to punish the ones that were wicked. That's to punish the ones that were proud like this devil and that walked contrary to YAHAWASHI. You got our salat.
No, you good. Go ahead. Go back to that. Cause I know y'all. We AI came back up too, and it's funny because it's AIs in the scriptures. When you go into the landmass AI, the definition of it says heap of ruins. So that's funny how it's all connected spiritually. That this place is actually about to be a heap of ruins. Like it's about to be, like the elder was talking about, this place going out the way, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like when you thinking about how his technology is going. But go ahead,
reading on in the article, it says the U.S. House of Representatives is set to vote on a controversial bill that proposes fines or prison terms for Americans participating in boycotts of Israel or Israeli settlements.
Right, because we got a lot of protests at these colleges going on right now. They're not even showing you all the campuses that are actually pro-Palestine right now, man. All right, and a lot of them are what you see them being deported on the news, man. They're being arrested, all right, and they're being their citizenship is being questioned. Yeah. All right, And that's just on that scale, man. All right, wait till they start trickling down. Cause it all they always got to start with somebody. Then the net gets wider and wider and wider, and it ends up engulfing everybody, man. All right.
Hey, go back to the point to YAHWASHI, where the scriptures say, every man flee into his own country. You're starting to see these other nations, because America's a big melting pot. You're starting to see these people within these other nations that are privy to what the fuck they see America headed towards, to where they getting the fuck up out of here. And they going back to their land. They done milked this bitch for everything they can get out of it. You feel what I'm saying? And they getting up out of here. But the one thing about it ain't nowhere for Jake to go. So it show you who the Lord boxing in.
Mm-hmm. Reading on, it says promoted by international governmental organizations such as the UN or EU. The House is scheduled to vote Monday on the continuous.
Oh, and the EU. I mean, the UN is the United Nations, and the EU is the European Union. So that's where it says being sponsored by them internationally. That they're the ones that's pushing it. They're the ones backing it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, eventually, that's this is another attack on American citizens because you got a lot of people that so-called whistleblowers or truth sayers that speak about the different, I'll say, unrighteous acts that they doing down there in the, in that strip down there in that strip, man. And they speaking about it, and the more atrocities that's coming out, the more stuff that's coming out. It's putting shameful spewing on not only that place, Israel, but America as well, because America is the one that's calling them and backing them, man. So now they have to put an end to the shameful spewing, which is coming from the inside, man.
Remember what Trump said? He said the biggest enemy is within. The American people. You talking about the Americans being deported? Like what?
Oh, and if I can add too, you have pushback from Canada because you got not only, I ain't gonna say just Trump, but you got the elites pushing Trump to try to, or make him the face, trying to make Canada a 51st state, causing controversy with that situation, which, Canada's would basically, be owned by Britain, So with that being said, that would basically take away that'll take Canada away from British rule if Canada would become a 51st state. So that's a major deal. That's a major thing, man. And that's why Canada is like, hell no, we're not about to do that, man. And so with that being said, it's pushed back with that. And it's just a whole bunch of, turmoil that's gonna come from it, man.
Was that it on that?
This a little more. Reading on, it says the House is scheduled to vote Monday on the contentious Anti-Boycott Act, which seek to penalize American citizens with fines up to 1 million or prison terms as long as 20 years for boycotting the Israeli regime.
Right, and that's a large amount of money, man. So that's basically, and the people they're targeting, because this is people that's being targeted. In this article, you could tell there's people that's being targeted by certain words they're using, such as boycott. So 9 times out of 10, these certain people don't have the money to bail themselves out if they get caught up in jail. Like, for an example, the Alex Jones situation. That's his name? The Alex Jones situation, man. When he was on trial. He was, crying, pleading for his life, man. Yeah, you got it.
Because they even, with that thing, at one point, they even took his show from him. You know what I'm saying? Because of the things that he was speaking on. You know what I'm saying? And the nature of the things he was speaking on.
I got a preset for you.
You got it out.
So, like, no,
go ahead. No, you good.
Okay, just a quick one for you, bro. You got it. You get in there. Break it down. This Revelations 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Ryan, it says, be not fearful, because while we have faith and hope in YAHWASHI, and you know the end of what was to come. We have knowledge of the prophecy. We have understanding of all things through the Holy Spirit, man.
Yeah.
So that's why we shouldn't be fearful.
Yeah.
And the scripture say the Lord didn't give us the spirit to give. The Lord didn't give us the spirit of fear. So that's why the Lord instructs us not to fear, man. You know, and during that time, it says 10 days, you know, just a time of completion. Like to give example, you had Joseph. How long was he in prison for? He was in prison for a certain amount of years, 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, unrighteously too.
Yeah.
And he had to endure it, but it was for a greater cause.
Yep.
You know, Job, he had to endure certain ailments and certain losses and tribulations and, you know, unfortunate events for a certain amount of years, man. He was stuck in that a state for a certain amount of years. But after that, it was for a greater cause, man. And he ended up getting more abundantly. So that's the point of not being fearful, is to obtain your faith.
Yep.
So you don't, you know, basically fold, man.
Yep, that's right.
Right.
Scripture, many are afflicted of the righteous, but the Lord delivers them out of them all.
Yep.
You know, and that's the thing. You know, that's the thing, man. You know, that's why it's, you know, it's important for us not to abandon our faith and our hope in YAHWASHI, man. All right, to stay involved in these prophecies, the secular history, these current events. All right, because now it's high time, man. All right, like what more proof do you need that we're on the road to destruction, or America's on the road to destruction, man? All right, what more do you need to see and understand that Esau's the goddamn devil, man?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that the thing he implemented is gonna be take a turn for the worse. Because even in Trump's Make America Great plan with these tariffs and the big plan, he said it's gonna take 3 to 6 years. All right, for it to even for us to see a turnaround. Who had 3 to 6 years of suffering, man, of inflation?
Right.
3 to 6 years of being homeless or not having no job. All right, or worried about, you know, just everyday things. Who has that long, man?
Yep, that's right.
That's false hope.
Yep.
Esau got to put the people in false hope.
That's right. He said, then shall they say peace and safety, then such instructions to come.
I understand that.
So you got to realize, like, even with Zaquan going into, like I was watching a couple of elders videos earlier, well, you got to realize, like, you remember a while back, not to be too long-winded, but you remember a while back, right, the truckers were going on staff, right, where they wanted to go on strike because they weren't getting paid what they felt like they should have been getting. Well, now you don't hear them truckers saying shit. And now, see, they're gonna be willing to work for them pennies. Why? Because, see, now there ain't gonna be no money because shit ain't moving because of what? The tariffs. So it's gonna be hard for shit to come in because ain't nothing going out. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't no trade. We had a trade. It's a trade war. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of the war that Matthew the 24th chapter. It's a trade war going on. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? And everybody that's reporting on it say this thing can affect us in 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month, where food shelves are empty. Right.
Yeah, shit, the brother one of the brothers said that. One of the brothers said they put the last shipment.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks, I believe.
Yeah, that last truck that came was the last before the tariffs. The new products come that the tariffs was affected by. So we about to hit that point.
Yeah, so there it is. You know what I'm saying?
So that shit coming in is gonna be the shit is gonna be high.
Yep.
And so see then what people failing to realize is like one of those economists, when you read Ecclesiastes 12, you know, those one that watch for the economists, one of those economists he said the last time America did this, putting sanctions on these different nations, he said there were bread lines. You know what I'm saying? I think it was during the Great Depression or something like that. Right. So you got to realize, like, that's what's going to be happening. You about to have motherfuckers out here looking and trying to see where their next meal is going to come from. Then what? Then what's next? Desperation. You know what I'm saying? And desperate times call for what? Desperate measures. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we entering into a time like never before, and Jake think it's a game. You got it though, Salaki.
No, you good. I'm gonna get some precepts. Right?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yep.
This Psalms chapter 37, verse 12. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth.
Yep.
All right, and who is the wicked? First and foremost, the water Aki. Esau Edom is the wicked, man.
Yep.
And first and foremost, him plotting against the just. When you go into that word plot, it means to devise or to plan. And, when you go into the word in the blue letter, that last definition, it says in the evil sense. To plot, it said to plot in the evil sense. And that's what Edom is doing. Down to the articles that brothers is quoting, articles brothers bringing out. What you just read, Kazak, going into this dystopian definition, the bullet points you read too, man. These are all plots and devices that Esau is brewing up in order to attack the just, man. You know, and to further oppress them to the point of unaliveness. It says, oh, you got that national.
Yeah, you want regular national, regular dictionary?
Yeah.
You just want to grind the teeth.
Well, yeah, okay, grinding the teeth. So that's basically what this. That's what Esau wants to do. He wants to grind you into pieces, man. You know, and he's gonna do that through his beast system, through his laws, and he's gonna do that eventually through his military power.
Yep. Part of it says typically as a sign of anger.
Yep. That's the spirit. Because what the scriptures say, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath.
Damn.
Let's go.
Go ahead. It's Revelation 12:12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth."
Because it said rejoice, you in the heavens. Can you bring that back, bro?
Yeah. You in spirit, bro.
Revelation 12:12. "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them."
Right. The heavens and those that dwell in the heavens is rejoicing because this is prophecy being fulfilled, man. All right, this is righteous judgment being established. And the scriptures talk about how the Lord loveth judgment. You know, and not only that, his saints is going to love it as well because they're being justified by the judgment.
Yep.
And the scriptures say to set your affections on the things that are above. So if your affections, if you're really in this for real, your affections on the things that are above.
Yep.
And these things that's going on, everything that's going on, is going to excite you. It's going to basically make you rejoice, you know?
Yep.
Bro, and that's cold because, and that's why we got to be strong in our faith, like we was touching on a little bit earlier, because you're rejoicing in it, because like that's what YAHWASHI, he told the disciples, he said the spirit is willing, right, but the flesh is weak. You know what I'm saying? Because see, we feeling these things in the flesh. Shit getting stripped from us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's becoming harder for us to do things in this society, but we at the same time we gotta rejoice in the spirit because we understand they like the scriptures say we're in no vision of people perish. Right? That's why, like you said, setting your affections on the things above and not the things here on earth. We got something to look forward to. Right? We ain't losing nothing, right? I mentioned this earlier in the lesson. We gotta realize we ain't losing shit. Right, watching America fall, watching the things that we're losing. Everything is just getting ready to be swapped out. You feel what I'm saying? We finna get new bodies. We finna get the kingdom. There are different things that are promised unto us, but we gotta hold fast that thou has, that no man take thy crown, because as America gets squeezed, we gonna get squeezed with it too. But the only thing about it is the ones that's gonna be able to withstand this heat, the smoke, the fire, right? When the kitchen get the hottest, is the elect, the ones that belong to YAHWASHI. You got it. You still reading that precept, right? You got it, bro. Go ahead.
Revelation 12:12. "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
That's right.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the
Right, say woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, because they're the ones that are receiving the judgment. You know, and the judgment is going to be so great. What the Lord is going to do, you know, as it says in the scriptures, it says, "Was the Lord mad? You know, was he angry at the sea?
Yep.
You know, was he angry at the, you know, the animal, the trees, or the, you know, the birds,
the rivers,
you know, the rivers? Because the Lord, the way he's going to burn this place up, you know, via ICBM missiles and via chariots coming back, is going to be like no other judgment, man. That's why Jacob's trouble, even before that comes, the judgments that the Lord is going to take place on earth, cause to take place on earth, it's going to be like no other, man.
Yeah, the earth literally gonna shake. Apostles is talking about that. Like, when them missiles hit, bro, it's gonna shake the earth for real. Like the earth gonna really shake.
We're gonna be bombarded. Bombarded with missiles, man. You know, and we all seen that the footage of Fat Boy and Little John, or Fat Boy and Little Man.
Right.
All right, from the Enola Gate, they dropped them on Nagasaki, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Right, and they were just two bombs, but you seen the proximity of them. Just imagine, you know, hundreds of thousands, millions of fucking bombs hitting America, man. It's gonna be simultaneous, but they're gonna be boom, 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 boom. Like it's gonna be a big ass carpet bomb, man. You know,
you feel the earth move when fireworks go off in the sky. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like how much more of that shit, man? Like it says now, Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, death and destruction. Woe, WOE. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time.
And that's
Right.
go ahead.
Yeah, so like it.
Nope.
And then that's what he do. He always throw a temper tantrum. You know, he got a short time, so what he gonna do? He gonna bring him and everything he got down with him.
Yep.
You know, he tried to do that as far as the going back to Jacob and Esau. You know, he realized he fucked up giving away his birthright, and he tried to go back to, you know, his daddy Isaac and cry and beg, and he pleaded with tears, and he couldn't get it back, man. And then he threw it to the church so bad he desired to slay his brother, man.
Same spirit they got on to this day.
Exactly.
You know, they're trying to fulfill it. You know what I'm saying? And you seeing it, like you said, the devil have come down, have a great wrath, because nobody have a short time. That's why we witnessing things being sped up the way they being sped up. That's why we're witnessing Donald Trump pass all these draconian laws and them go into these meetings doing the shit that they doing, you know what I'm saying, and the shit that they rolling out to create a certain type of oppression for the people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because they running out of time.
Yeah, you know, and one way you know he had a short time because he displaying his witches and like in broad daylight now. And he put them in his Dr. 7 meetings and shit. Like he put them in the open. He doing his evil more openly than more secretly than he used to do.
Yep, that's right.
You know what I'm
Give
saying?
more power.
Yep.
Yeah.
That he got more power, but he like shit. You know what I'm saying? Once you, because he said he come down have a great wrath because he know they have a short time. When a person reached the fullness of that anger, you know what I'm saying, and being pissed off, ain't no need to hide their hand no more. I ain't hiding what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like shit. He done lost his marbles now. So he like fuck it. It is what it is. Shit. And then on top of that too, going back to the point we was reading 2 Thessalonians 2, he being exposed by the mouth of the prophets. So it ain't no way to hide anymore for this devil because now you got the prophets exposed, but the spirit of the Lord is in the earth. It's also on these other nations to expose this devil for being a devil. You got it though. Oh, I got a precept though too. Brother got one?
Yeah. Go ahead.
The 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. But that's why the scriptures say in 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8, it says, be sober, be vigilant, because thy adversary the devil walketh about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And see, that's what Jake don't realize is Jake being preyed upon. You feel what I'm saying? And they don't understand. Jake don't understand that they're being hunted. And so yet you got 2/3 of our people that still wandering around in the world chasing that American dream, chasing everything that this devil is putting in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Like even the bread and circus. You know what I'm saying? You got the playoffs, you got all these sports, you got all these different things, all these different events to keep Jake in a docile state of mind, to keep Jake distracted. You know what I'm saying? To keep Jake mind off the things that it's supposed to be focused on. That's why it says be sober, be vigilant. Yeah, we understand it's talking about the doctrines, these different doctrines, not being caught up in these different doctrines, but it said be vigilant too. That means you're always on the watch. You know what I'm saying? The brother posted a precept this morning. You know what I'm saying? It's 1 Peter 4 and 17, watching to prayer. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're supposed to be doing. In these times, we're supposed to be watching unto prayer, paying attention, being caught up in these prophecies. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what's going on around us, but being caught up in the prophecies, understanding that this devil is on the move, that he's about to make a move. And if you don't pay attention, you're going to get caught up in the move that he made. You got it, though, Salah.
The sheep hearing his voice.
Yep.
All right, talking about the trumpet being blown.
Yep.
All right, who's not be afraid? Remember blowing the trumpet, man. Y'all should be afraid, man.
Right.
All right, hey, y'all should be banging down the doors of the apostles and the men of the Lord to see what you can do to get right with Yahawashi on our side before these things come upon you, man.
Yep.
All right, because if we're not guaranteed, man, how much more you?
Yep.
All right, and we got to pray Yahawashi on our side that we're in a green tree right now, that we still have these same fucking cojones when the dry tree come, man.
Yep.
All right, because we ain't face no famine.
Yep.
We ain't face no high inflation, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're just praying to Yahawashi on our side that he keeps the same spirit upon us and increase our spirit when these times come.
Yeah.
Because because I'm just going to talk about when the Lord comes back, shall he find faith on the earth?
Mm-hmm.
He's only gonna find faith in his elect, man.
Yep.
All right, because these are times that try men's souls. All right, it's gonna get really, really cruddy out here, man, for a lot of us, man.
That's right.
And the only way out is through Yahawashi on our side, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
I got something real quick. Is Zephaniah 1? Anybody got something? Zephaniah, huh?
Con, you got it.
Zephaniah 1 and 12, it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leaves, that say in their heart, Yahweh will not do good, neither will he do evil. All right? And you gotta y'all are chilling, man. All right, y'all are chilling. Even though you see Trump doing all these things, hey, y'all still laughing off thinking it's a joke, man. But right now, y'all just trying to make Esau, man. But look at Trump. Look what Trump doing in your country. But pretty soon, that laughing is gonna be going to mourning and crying pretty soon, man. All right, because while you're sitting here thinking that hoping that it's gonna get better, it's gonna get worse, man. All right, while you're looking down, all right, you know, got your head in your phone. All right, hey, the Lord is planning to check your ass in, man, or to check your ass out, man. You know, because a lot of you niggas think like Esau, thinking the house gonna continue forever, man.
Exactly.
Yep.
Hey, when has the kingdom been bad, then got good and stayed good, man?
Right.
You know what I mean? Hey, no kingdom has ever gotten better. It's always gotten worse. And the kingdoms that they've been like been on a rise, I guess, they're not gonna fulfill their height of sufficiency either, man. All right, 'cause Esau is the end of the world. Ain't no Barco Fresina, ain't gonna be no China coming up, ain't gonna be no Taiwan coming up, ain't no Russia got next, man. All right.
That's the spirit too, because when you go into that word leaves, right? It says Strong's definition. It says shamar, something preserved, the settlings, right? And it says of wine, dregs, wine, the leaves. But it says that they were settled on their leaves. So they're settled on their preservatives, the things that they preserve, you know, and these people, and that's the mindset of these Americans. They try to stack up, they try to get what they can, you know what I'm trying, or let me at least get all their folly out, and then they end up settling on it, man. Which leaves them complacent. And then when you complacent, you complacent in your flesh.
Yeah.
You know, and the scriptures talk about basically when you give yourself to the appetite to the flesh, you know, you depart from YAHWASHI.
It's crazy you said, I think NLT said I'm complacent in their sins, which is being complacent, sitting in the dregs, man.
Right.
Sitting in the mire. And I got to work complacent.
Because, Salaki, because if I could add, because it even referred to wine, the dregs of wine.
Yeah.
And, when you go into, I was reading First Esdras, and you basically had the three servants during the Medo-Persian Empire, or the Median Empire. You had basically the three servants who wrote the letter for the king of basically which one was more, which one was more powerful. And one of them was wine. And it is a true statement, but that's not the most powerful, over man. But wine is a powerful thing over man. The scriptures talk about, the hazards and the cautions of wine and drinking it moderately. And if it's access, it could be destruction unto you, just like a doctrine. Compared it to wine. And if you got the wrong doctrine, it could be a destruction to you.
That word for complacent says showing smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself or one's achievements.
Right, like residue, showing smug or unsatisfaction with one's achievements, meaning you didn't complete the job.
It says
or you didn't do it correctly, man.
Well, so the sentence they use says you cannot afford to be complacent about security, man. Many people are complacent about security, man. Why? Because you got 911 or you got your 401k. All right. Oh, I'm gonna just go ahead and retire early. Hey, but where you gonna retire to, man? All right. The damn plane ticket is gonna cost you $5,000, man. All right. Hey, you sit here banking on a system that's gonna be that's designed to fail you, man. All right. They're cutting pensions. They're cutting Social Security, man. All right, they're cutting all these programs and agencies that are set up to help you.
Government, yeah, I know, Section 8. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Wait.
You know, shit like that. And all of that, what is that? Those were things that Esau created in his counsel, but the Lord is cutting it off, man. You know? And I got a quick precept. This Psalms chapter 33, verse 10. The Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. And all of these things Esau doing, once again, all right, it may seem prosperous to the carnal eye. It may seem prosperous, you know, to a person on the outside looking in. But the counsel of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is that this devil is going to fall, you know, and in order for you to stick around to that point, you got to have faith in Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, or you're just going to get rolled over, man. It says, verse 11, the counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generation. And these prophecies is the counsel of the Lord. Who's the one pronouncing these prophecies? The prophets. So therefore, we're the ones who have the counsel of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. So if Lord willing, we the elect, we're gonna be preserved, and we're gonna, you know, abide forever too, just like the word of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, man.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 20. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of devices that were coming to it.
Right, you talking about devices, devices like wicked schemes and plots and plans and thoughts. You know, so it's peril because of these things, dangerous, unaliveness and fucking limitations. You know, because of these thoughts that these people, these madmen have, man. You know, you got it.
It says, and I saw it, and I spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster and a plant of a great people.
And despite all of that, the Lord still kept them
a remnant.
A remnant. Some of the remnant. Elect within that, man. You know, there's something good still here. Within this.
Set aside 7,000 men that would not bow the knee to the image of Baal.
Yeah, because Esau think it's impossible. You boxes in, you take away our food, water, shelter, family. You know, he's trying. He know the men of the Lord they're not tied to the fleshly things, so he's trying to attack us spiritually. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, these things, he put these different things in those things. Food, water, shelter, family, woman, and all that. Your life, and those things try to attack the spirit. You know, he try to feed the flesh as much as you can. Your mind. So, hey, but what the brother quoted that Romans, was that Romans 11 or 9? No, Romans 11, 7,000. Was it 9 or 11? 7,000 men that would not bow. 11. That would not bow the knee to the image of Baal, man. Because Esau, punk ass think it's not possible, man. Go ahead, all right.
And this is verse 22. It says, let the multitude perish then.
Let them perish then. Because you got y'all talking about Jake. Jake is connected to these niggas too, man. You know, 2/3 of our people is connected to the mind. I think Elder was just talking about that. They got the mind of the Edomite, man. You know? Go ahead, all right. So they got to die with this nigga, man. Go ahead.
It says, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. And let my grape be kept, meaning protected. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna keep us.
Preserve.
You know what I'm saying? Especially in the hour that we approach, in the hour of temptation. It says, in my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect.
Ooh, and it's the labor. We witnessing the results of the Lord's labor, like the things we're going through, the perfecting of the saints, as the scripture called it. Now, this is how we being made perfect. With Esau pressing on us, Esau think he's winning, but it's actually making us perfect. You see? Because the lower we get, the closer we get to the Lord. We can't get no lower. The only way we can do is go up.
Spiritual, bringing acceptable man, a burning fire, burning the furnace of adversity, man. So this is the perfection of it, man. The more Esau come down on us, the more he tries to persecute us, the more he does his due. Hey, the tighter that we get, man, the harder we go into prophecies, man. The more fire our lessons be, man. The more fire our live shows be, man. Our sit downs, man.
That's right.
All right, because they get fired up when these things come to pass, man.
That's right.
You got to, if you listen to LAIWALAMYAM, man, he starts getting to screaming. And being happy that these things are being fulfilled and played out right before our eyes, man. All right, so, hey, if you're having a bad day, just thank you all about me outside of these prophecies are coming to pass, man. We understand them, man. All right, we're not settled on our leaves, man. All right, we got, whether we're together or not, when this shit jump off, just know that we know this is the fucking end of the end, man. Alright.
That the hardest, the hard, like the best, the finest jewels are the ones that was put through the most like heat, like they like gold. Gold is considered the finest element. So you know, what you always dip in gold in heat, like that long for long periods of time and so forth, man. And that's us. He said he compared us to more precious than fine gold.
Yep.
So the heat on us, bro. Listen, man.
You ever heard of the Hope Diamond?
Come on, man.
The Hope Diamond, like the biggest diamond with the biggest carats, right? All right, and also I'll make up my crown, I'll make up my jewels, man.
Mm.
All right, we're a deity in the eyes of the Lord, man.
That's the point.
All right,
Yep.
and without the constant pressure, the constant molding and beating, all right, and shaping, man, we're not gonna fucking make it, man.
That's right.
All right, that's why we gotta thank Yahawashim that we keep on the whole armor, man. All right, pray to the Lord, man. Hey, because we ain't seen shit, man. All right, we all tough talk right now in the elder brother's basement. All right, we can go up there and turn on and turn off the lights and shit. You know, we can sit there and ha ha he, you know. But wait till them damn shit really start hitting the fan, man. All right, when we actually gotta prove our faith, man. Prove our faith by the works, man.
Yep.
All right, and it's coming, man. And we at our job, it's something to you fucking niggas don't fucking know, man. Your life is affected more minutely by overseas products than you fucking imagine, man.
Real talk.
You know?
Real talk.
Even if you don't look around the brother's crib, man, a lot of these things don't come from fucking America, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so wait till these little trivial things, you know, start playing a part in your life, man. Toothbrushes and toothpaste and deodorant. Ooh, socks, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, one pair of socks, two socks for $200, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and these things are coming, man.
Yep, tampons and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
oh man, hey, you gonna go back to using
Floss and shit.
Yeah,
like,
come on, man.
We here now.
You know?
Yeah. So Lord willing, this was edifying. We like to give all honor and glory for the praise and worship to our power.
Yahawah,
BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. The Master Apostle, elders, bishops, great millstone, peace, I take to the elect. Hey, till next time, shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, Kwan Yashala, Bible Boy.
Shalom.